Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Adaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Adaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Adaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaur Haribo Haribol, Haribol, Nitai Gaur, Haribol, Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaur, Haribol, Gaur Pramanande, Hari Hari Bol. Jayam Vishnupad, Paramahansa Parivarajagasarya Chatura Shatasi, Simasila Bhai Charnaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. अनंत गौरी वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, पाठकारी श्रोताकारी भक्त वृंद की जय, भगवान कृष्णचंद्र की जय, श्रीमती राधा रानी की जय, अर्जुन सखा वृंद की जय, सर्वद वैष्णव वृंद की जय, गौर प्रमानंदे हरि हरि. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritam Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye Nashtaprayesu Abhadresu Nitam Bhagavato Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistaki Marakam Karati Vachalam Pangulangayate Girim Jatikripa Tamaham Bande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Paramananda Madhavam. Hare Krishna, dear Prabhus and mothers. Thank you for coming to this Bhagavad Gita session today, Wednesday, February 2nd, 7th. So we are going to recap as we are finishing 9th chapter. Okay. So this chapter, especially, it's in the middle of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, according to Acharya Srila Prabhupada and our Acharya Vargas, the cream of the crop, or you can say the essential part of the sandwich is in the middle. And this is the middle of the middle, chapter 9. So let us have a little refresh. First sloka, Bhagavan discussed about ultimate result or supreme result, that how easily can it be, or what is the easy process to obtain the supreme result of human life. So Lord Krishna says, I will reveal that to you because you have love for me and you have a faith for me. Faith, big deal. Love and faith goes side by side. Also, other side is that more faith we have, less envious we are to God. And the danger of having no faith means still some residue of enviousness towards God or God's not obeying Him, not depending on Him to be practical reality. Rebellious soul means we don't care. We have our, of course, tiny free will, but still we want to just hold on to that. We don't care. There are majority people, even when they come to Krishna consciousness, in the beginning, those residue still stays there. Why do I have to follow everything? Why can't I just figure it out on my something like that? And it's difficult because conditioned soul, since time immemorial, they have their own uh, bank account and they suffer for it because it's never enough, called karma bank. Then they get frustrated, they open a Jnana Kanda bank or Jnana Margo bank. That also gives them frustration. And then they come to point of maybe good fortune by the association of devotees comes to this bhakti path. But the luggage that they are carrying, they need to sort it out. What is favorable, keep it; unfavorable, literally destroy it or throw away. Never need it. What I meant is like impression that we are carrying it. And Lord Krishna says, because the conditioned soul on their own, in spiritual world, the devotional or eternal associates, they have access of unlimited. Therefore, there is no envy. When you have unlimited money, you never really envy who has more. So Krishna gave that way, and that is proper because they have a love and they have a relationship and they live very happily forever. That word forever is there. But in the material world, nothing is forever. At the same time, we are on our own. Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, Bara dukha paiyachi satantra jivane saba dukha dure gelo opada bara. Bara dukha paiyachi. The biggest suffering in my life is satantra jivane. Every soul, it's a reality. Every soul wants to lead their life by their own imagination, own calculation. Even though they have a friend and family, they will take what they want to take. They will reject what they don't want. Very difficult for them to adapt a lifestyle that is God wants, Krishna wants. But if they could see the end of that lifestyle, then what we are looking for, ultimate happiness, is there. That they don't spend. And those who research and try it out, they are called devotee, sadhan, sadhaka. And they, Krishna's mercy, they get to that level and go back home. So then Arjuna asked the question, okay, you are revealing this confidential knowledge. Why it is so special? Why it is so special that everybody has to know? Because then Krishna says, well, this knowledge is special because in order to receive this knowledge, it is not like buying a book or reading by myself and I can get it. Not possible. It is a knowledge that is special because non-envious heart will not flourish. They may minimize their, by reading Bhagavad Gita, they may minimize their suffering, but ultimate goal they cannot get until they come to devotee. The purpose of all these books, Prabhupada mentioned 325 in the purport, that ultimate purpose is for a tangible result, they should come and associate with the devotees, those who are practicing. Bhakta sanjayate bhakta. Without bhakta, you cannot get bhakti. Then Arjuna asked, what is this knowledge that you are trying to give? Okay, non-envious heart will receive it, envious will not get it, they will get deprived. Even though maybe the books are same in the hand of envious and non-envious, but one will get it, one will not get it. So what is this knowledge about that you are trying to import? So then Krishna explains this knowledge, the mystery about this knowledge is relationship. Because all living beings, all things are simultaneously one and not one with him. All beings don't abide in me. Very interestingly, the way he said it. And he said, the whole universe is pervaded by me in my unmanifested form, or you can say Brahman. All beings abide in me, yet I do not abide in them. So then Arjuna asks, what is the mysteries about this relationship? When Krishna revealed that to his question, Arjuna could not take it like a easy. He asks, it seems like complex. Then Krishna suggested to contemplate this. And he gave an example as mighty wind while going everywhere still abides within the sky. It doesn't go beyond the sky. So do all beings while moving by their free will abide within me. When living entities are acting according to their free will, how do they abide within you? That's a very good logic question Arjuna had. So Krishna answered, they are constrained within the boundaries of time. At the end of Kalpa, or cosmic age, you can say, all jivas or Atma soul go to my nature at the start of new Kalpa. Again, I send them forth. Then Arjuna's logical question is, aren't such cycles of unmanifestation and manifestation just the working of nature, Maya? Prakriti is doing it. Krishna says, yes, nature belongs to me. Acting through my material nature, it is I who send forth the entire multitude of being again and again. Bhutta, bhutta, praliyate. And while going through these cycles, manifest or unmanifest, pralay and srishti goes back and forth. All living beings are powerless, being under the power of material nature, they're helplessly going with it. Arjuna was not accusing, but clarifying the statement. Since you are sending the living entity to this world of suffering, aren't you implicated by karma for that? If I help somebody to steal, I am liable for the punishment also. It's not only just the thief. So in one sense, Arjuna's question is very legitimate. And Krishna answered, these actions never bind me, Arjuna, because I am seated as a neutral. I am namam karmani lippanti nama karma phale spiha iti jomam janati karma vinasha baddhate. So how Krishna lives as a neutral in this material world? How does he stay? If anyone knows that secret and they also live like that, then there is no karma for them. They are not going to suffer. So then Arjuna asks, okay, if your position, since your position is neutral, what is your role in the working of the material nature then? Then Krishna clearly says, I am the overseer, and under my supervision, the entire material nature, all beings moving, non-moving, sthavar, jangam, within its rule, Arjuna, the universe revolves, living beings function within the boundary of the material nature and are held accountable by its law, such as the law of karma. So then they asked, when you are overseer of material nature, why doesn't everyone understand your divine position? Then Krishna replied, very wonderful, loving way. Because some people are deluded, Arjuna. They despise and deride me when I manifest in human form. They say, okay, come down and reveal to us. I come down, but they think, oh, you are one of us. You are not a supreme origin. They literally put down. And they are accountable by its laws, such as law of karma. Then Arjuna asked, okay, since you are overseer of the material nature, why doesn't everyone understand your divine position? So Krishna made it very clear. Yes, when I appear to them, they don't know my higher nature. Then what is their fate? Well, Arjuna or Krishna answered, their hopes, their actions, their knowledge are all futile because their consciousness is misdirected. They end up abiding in fiendish and demoniac nature. So what are the characteristics of those who do not, okay, these are the people who don't understand. Is there some people who understand you? Krishna says, oh yes, there are great souls. They abide in my divine nature. These are called Hare Krishna people in this world. They worship me single-mindedly. They know me as an imperishable source of all being. They glorify me constantly. Satata kirtantamam jatantascha dhirabrata. They glorify me constantly, endeavor with firm vows. They honor me with devotion, staying ever steadfast in worshipping me. Between those two extremes, nice devotee and demoniac nature who defy your authority or don't respect you as a god when you come as a human form. Is there any other group beside these two extreme? Then Krishna answered, yes. There are those who try to gain knowledge by performing sacrifice. They arrive at three conception of divine. Ekattena, Prithakattena, Bahuda Vishyato Mukham. Very beautiful verse. As the oneness of all existence, as the multiplicity of deities, as the all-pervasive universal form. Arjuna was curious. What is lacking if sacrifice lead to conception of the divine as oneness? They become one with you. Then Krishna answered, those performing such sacrifice don't know that oneness that underlies and unifies or unites all aspect of sacrificial ceremony is me. I'm the ritual. I'm the jagga, sacrifice. I'm the offerings. I'm the healing herbs. I'm the sacred chant. I'm the clarified butter. I'm the fire. I'm the pouring out. Everything. So then Arjuna asks, does your unifying oneness extend beyond the sacrificial ceremony, or it's up to that? Krishna says, oh no, it extends to the entirety of existence. I'm the father of all the universe, the mother, Pitaham Jagato, mother, the maintainer, the grandfather. Not only father, he is also grandfather. I'm both the object of knowledge and the means to knowledge, which includes any purifying agent. Sacred syllable Om, Rig, Sam, Yajur, Atharva, Ved, like this. Arjuna is in the middle of the war. Arjuna is asking literally, compassionately, all the people's question of this world. Is there other ways you are oneness that unifies existence? Krishna says, oh yes. Gatir bhatta prabhu sakshi nivas, sharanam shuri, prabhava, pralaya, sthanam, nidhanam, bijam, abhayam. I'm the goal, I'm sustainer, I'm master, I'm witness, I'm abode, the refuge, most dear friend. Indeed, I'm the creation. Prabhava, pralaya, sthanam, nidhanam. I'm the creation, I'm in the annihilation, foundation, the treasure, house, and the imperishable seed. How do you sustain existence then? Since if you are everything, then where are you? Krishna went further. He said, I give heat. I withhold and send forth the rain. I'm the ultimate cause of death, immortality as well. I'm the ultimate cause of enduring spirit, ephemeral matter. What is lacking? If those who perform sacrifice end up conceiving the divine as the multiplicity of deities, is there anything wrong? Krishna says they don't know that it is me whom they are worshipping, whether it's the Ganesh, Kartik, or whatever, Lakshmi, Saraswati, what is called Kattayani, Durga, Amba. They're worshipping when they're appeasing various deities. When they study the Vedas, drink the Soma juice, become cleansed of sin, perform sacrifice to the gods, seek heaven as the goal, attain purity, reach the world of Indra, Sargaloka, and enjoy celestial God-like pleasure. Okay, that's very nice, interesting. Thank you, Krishna. What's wrong with such an attainment if they get it? Is there anything wrong? Krishna says, yes, it is temporary. Though they enjoy huge pleasure in heaven, they have to come back to earth once their prayas are exhausted. Those who follow these three Vedas desire to fulfill their worldly desire, stay in the state of going and coming. Bhutta. They're coming, going, coming, going, coming. Then Arjuna says, okay, how can they attain something more enduring? Krishna, very straightforward, says, by worshipping me. For those who keep their thoughts on me without deviating, and those who serve me without wavering, because the provider of what they don't have and protector of what they have. But when you are the source of everything, including all gods, all demigods, you are the source. Is their worship entirely disconnected from you when they worship individual deities? Krishna answered very straightforward, clearly. Yes, people who faithfully worship the gods also worship me indirectly, Arjuna, but they do so in ignorance. What is the ignorance about? That's a very good question. What is that ignorance about? Then Krishna answered, my supreme position. My supreme position. I am undoubtedly the enjoyer and the master of all sacrifice. Those who don't recognize me in truth, they will suffer in this world, even after worshipping all these form of God. Even though they are inseparable from Krishna, because it is Krishna who is actually arranging all this, but still they are going to suffer. When the worshipper of the God attain heaven, why are they considered fallen then? Why are you putting it down, putting them down? Then Krishna says, because worship of any other than me takes the worshipper to only a temporary destination. It could be any part of the heaven, Chandra Loka, whatever, Borona Loka. They have their own abode, you can say. And the realm of those heavens, yes, they reach there or they go to Pitriloka, ancestors. But eventually, they all will be finished. And they will fall back again. Then Arjuna was very straightforward. He says, okay, so how should they worship? How do they worship? How can you be worshipped? Krishna says, very simple. Those who offer me with devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, that offering of devotion I accept from them. Is there any other way? Can you be worshipped? Krishna says, yes, through all activities, whatever you do, jat karoshi jasnashi, whatever you eat, whatever you offer, whatever you give away in charity, whatever you perform in austerity, Arjuna, dedicate it all to me. So Arjuna asks, what is the result for those who act in that way? Now, some of us hopefully were thinking probably there's a pure bhakti. It appears, maybe. Krishna says they will be liberated from the bondage of karma, which manifests as good and bad karma. Bhalo manda. A manodharma, Mahaprabhu says, because it's a product of mental concoction speculation. So what happened? They being established in the yogic connection with me, okay, they are offering me or something. They will be steadied by renunciation. They will attain complete liberation and eventually they will come to me. So it may take little time, but they will keep doing it. They will eventually. For whom are such opportunities of liberation available? Can you give some idea, Krishna? Krishna says, oh yes, for everyone. I'm equal to all living beings. No one is disliked by me. I hate no one, nor is anyone preferred by me. But yet, those who worship me with devotion are in me, and I am in them. So they are on the same level of God, not part of the world. Does everyone even include those who have done terrible misdeed? Krishna says, oh yes, even grievous wrongdoer worship me with undivided devotion. They are to be considered dharmic, righteous, for their determination is rightly situated. Last few weeks we discussed that. Then last week we discussed, Arjuna's question was, what about their tendency to do wrong? Krishna says, even if they do wrong quickly, they will become virtuous and attain enduring peace. My dear Arjuna, you should know that for sure that no devotee of mine will ever perish. Na me bhakta pranashati. Prabhupada loved that sloka, that part. Does everyone, including even those who are low-born due to their past misdeed, all those who take shelter of me, even if they are low-born, Vaishyas, Striyas, Shudras, they go to the supreme destination. Arjuna asked a very beautiful question which we are going to read today. What does all this mean for me? In the middle of battlefield, knowing all this category of people who likes you, who don't like you, why they should not worship this. What is all this mean for me? So Arjuna is kind for the whole world, but there is also something about me has to be there. So then Krishna says, if even the lowborn can be delivered by Bhakti Yoga, how much more is that true for Brahmanas and devoted saintly kings like you? Having attained this impermanent, distressful place, just devote yourself to me, Arjuna. Hare Krishna, Kamaniya Prabhu. Would you like to read text 33? We're going
Sure,
to. We have two sloka. Let's see.
Sure.
9.33.
Text 9.33.
Yeah.
Kim punyabhama punya bhakta rajarishayastata anityam asukham lokam mimam prapya bhajasva mam. Synonyms. Kim, how much? Puna, again. Brahmanas. Punya, righteous. Bhakta, devotees. Rajarasya, saintly kings. Tatha, also. Anityam, temporary. Asukham, full of miseries. Lokam, planet. Imam, this. Prapya, gaining. Bhajasva, be engaged in service. Mam, unto me. Translation and purport by Divine Grace. Basic Bhaktivedanta Swami. How much more this is so if of righteous Brahmanas, the devotees, and the saintly kings. Therefore, having come to this temporary miserable world, engage in loving service unto me. Engage in loving service unto me. Purport. In this material world, there are classification of people, but after all, this world is not a happy place for anyone. It is clearly stated here, Anityam Asukham Lokam. This world is temporary and full of miseries, not habitable for any sane gentleman. This world is declared by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to be temporary and full of miseries. Some philosophers, especially Mayavadi philosophers, say that this world is false, but we can understand from Bhagavad Gita that the world is not false, it is temporary. There is a difference between temporary and false. This world is temporary, but there is another world which is eternal. This world is miserable, but the other world is eternal and blissful. Arjuna was born in a saintly royal family. To him also the Lord says, take to my devotional service and come quickly back to Godhead, back home. No one should remain in this temporary world, full as it is with miseries. Everyone should attach himself to the bosom of the Supreme Personality of Godhead so that he can be eternally happy. The devotional service of the Supreme Lord is the only process by which all problems of all classes of man can be solved. Everyone should therefore take to Krishna consciousness and make his life perfect. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Make his life perfect. Very good. Thank you. So this is beautiful that Krishna encourages Arjuna by saying, if they can be elevated, then why can't you? Very good logic. So in this verse, we see even those who are low-born can be elevated, then kim punar, how much that is likely for you, for those having favorable starting point. Brahmana punna bhakta rajashayas tatha. So Krishna is telling Arjuna emphatically that practice Krishna consciousness. Anittam asukham lokam. Said same in 8:15. Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Previous chapter. Anittam asukham lokam. And previously it says 8:15. Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Same point. Asukham anittam. He said, those who worship me will not come to Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam, but will attain supreme destination. Same he is telling here, Imam Prappo Bhajasya Mam. So when we see, generally in conversation, we say Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam, it means there is no point in putting all our energy in making this place a comfortable place. But the basic duty has to be taken care of like mother, child, husband, wife, and child, king, citizen, like this. If I am in the prison, if I'm really trying to make the prison as a paradise, it will never become paradise. Prison is not made to make paradise. But if I'm in a prison, try to cooperate with the other inmate. That will make life easier. I know none of you ever went to prison probably, which is good, and hope you never go see that. But I went there many times, not out of criminal activity, out of teaching Bhagavad Gita. They used to allow before COVID. And it was very nice. So the inmates, those who lived there for a while, like 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, they literally try to rule the place. Every newcomer will be horribly abused by them. They are like a hungry wolf. Every newcomer has to find some shelter, one of the gang, otherwise they won't be able to live there. You are already in the prison, and prison has a prison law, and prison has a unlawful law. So I asked Margaret, the superintendent those days, I said, the government knows? He said, oh yes, Florida government knows. I said, what about the court system? Do they know? Governor knows? Oh yes, everybody knows that there is abuse in the, but nothing they want to do. What about the security guard in the prison? Oh yeah, they know. They're just looking for anything uh, that they don't expect break in or jail break in or anything. But they're not concerned how the inmate treat each other. It's interesting. So when we say Dukkhalam Ashashatam, it means there is no point in putting all our energy in making prison as a paradise, comfortable place. Whatever is necessary, we must do. No need to create suffering. It's already a place of suffering. Basic deity has to be taken care. When citizen came to Prithu Maharaj and said, digestive fire is burning us, what did Prithu Maharaj do? He did not say, hey, it is Dukkhalayam Shashvatam. Come on, did you get it? No. I'm sorry, I'm a little exaggerating. He did not say it to them. He made arrangement. He literally chased the Prithvi, Bhumi Devi. Bhumi Devi was afraid. Finally, she surrendered. But not all efforts should go in removing miseries of this world either. That is our point. In hospital, miseries are there. There are processes to become free from miseries which has to be followed also. You are suffering, you are still in the hospital, you are suffering. But that's not enough. You have to take the medicine. Part of the suffering is not our solution. Actually, when we have a problem, very practically, I did that many times. We focus on the problem. But more focus we are on the problem becomes more bad. It doesn't release us. But if we can engage in devotional service, chant Hare Krishna, problem is there, we know. That will minimize our problem and ultimate destination will be revealed. So Krishna says in this verse, Imam Prappa, you are here, do bhajassa mam. In hospital, one can show a patient to another more serious patient. I remember in Krishna Nagar near Mayapur, there is a jail. So some bad people, they came and attacked our temple. Those days, we did not have 1982. Those days, Mayapur was not as popular or as crowded as now. Now it's like a big city. Those days in March, April after Gaur Purnima, Mayapur is almost like vacant for miles and miles. Just land, paddy land, vacant land. No, nothing is there. Nobody's there. I mean, huge building, but hardly 10, 12 devotees. So I guess they knew they did. So they attacked. I was there. I remember that how they came there. So when we, according to government system, we have to go to the jail to identify the criminal that came and threw the bomb at night. Of course, we don't know them really in the middle of the dark night, we don't remember, but arrangement was made that they are the criminal, but still we have to point out, then the court will give them sentence. So we identify. So when we went there, I remember there was some criminal on the lower base, they were laughing. So I remember myself, Jada Bharat, we were just young teenager brahmacharis, we were discussing that. Why you all are laughing? We just asked them. You are in jail. Why are you laughing? He said, oh, no, no. We are not suffering like them. They suffer. We are not suffering like them. So Jara Bharat Prabhu was nice. He was investigate. I was just listening. He said, what do they suffer? He said, oh, they get 3 times cane. The police comes and each of them get whipped. Sometimes blood comes out. They scream. Or they don't do it to you. Oh, we just get only 1 time. No problem. So in the jail, they are happy. Why they are happy? Because they don't get 4 times whips. They only get 1 time. Of course, that time I didn't think, but later on I was thinking like, to be free from getting whipped, they cannot even focus. They think it is okay. It is okay to be in jail as long we get 1 time torture is okay, not 4 times. So they're laughing to the other prisoner on the second story because they get 4 times. So I can relate like this. That's how the whole world is. Misery is there, but they think it's all right. It's all right. It's not that bad. Come on. So the impetus to go back home is lost. Impetus to get out of the jail is lost almost. You feel like a part of the, it's okay, it's comfortable. You just get whipped, little bleeding every day. It's okay. I was thinking also, the life is a school. You can say in the school in which everybody thinks their exam is the toughest. I hope you can relate. I remember. Suppose a school has an examination system, which we do, not exactly like here, but in India, Tripura, in which each student gets a different question paper. Actually, the exam system is fair, first because all students get what they need for their progressive education. And second, because the difficulty levels of the test even out in the long run. So sometimes they get easy paper, sometimes tough paper. But suppose the student obsess over those of their test that they are tougher than those of others, then they become disheartened, angry, or maybe resentful. And they may get even overwhelmed by such negative emotion. So what they do, I still remember, they flunk in the tough test and then do poorly even in the subsequent easier test. Similarly is our predicament in material existence. The universe is like a university in which we all are tested for our wisdom and maturity. And wisdom comes from intellectual development, and maturity from emotional development. There's 2 things. And both comes organically or you can say synergistically when we evolve spiritually. And this sloka explain that we all are soul on a multi-life journey towards the Supreme, to be united with Him, unending love and bliss. During this journey, we all have to work through our past karma, whose good and bad reaction come during this life as easy and tough situation respectively. Despite such varying species of our test, very specific of our test, The world's overall nature ensures that everyone faces distress. Sooner or later, the world's distress don't allow any expectation, despite differences in levels of intelligence, beauty, contacts, wealth, talents, and so forth. So the world is a distressful place for everyone. If we can appreciate and assimilate this, understanding inside of these few slokas, last couple of weeks we are discussing, then we can avoid both resenting our tough test or envying others' easy test. We can best focus on connecting with the Lord through bhakti, chanting Hare Krishna like this. And by such devotion, we can gain a sublime absorption that can empower us to pass all the tests. Okay. Next week will be the last verse, 34, which similarly to repeated in 18th chapter. So that will be wonderful looking forward. Nice to see all of you. If there is no takeaway, we are going to close. We have an ashram class in few minutes with Bhakti Marg Swami. That's why today's class is little early. Sorry. Is it little early or 4? I generally do 5:30 to, yeah, like 1.5 hour, 1 hour, something like that. Okay, Mother, yes, Mother Sankari Devi.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept
Hare
my most respectful obeisances at your lotus feet. My pranams to all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Prabhu, the takeaway point that you made, it just, we require the intellectual development happens because of the intelligence becomes sharpened by intellectual maturity development, and we become mature through emotional development. And when these two can only take place when we are progressing spiritually, and only this progress can ensure that we do not get envious of others' easy test papers, and we do not become overwhelmed by our difficult test. This
Very
is
good. Very good. Very good. You got it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we're looking forward to see you all next week. We'll go back to our old schedule. Thank you. 5:30 to 6:30. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.